Are there any children in the room?
They're just the ones that I hired for the film.
Okay. So then you had them curse.
It's all
on
good. My
screen
bad.
anyways.
By the way, the girl in our film, that was her first movie she ever did.
Oh,
She
wow.
was
Give her a round of
fantastic.
applause.
Tina, you are amazing.
Was it her first curse word too?
Huh?
Was it her first curse word too?
I don't know. Her dad will probably talk to me about that after.
Mr. Hobb?
I thought it was pretty funny, so I asked my writers when we got to the draft, I said, give me your top 5 picks, and hopefully we'll get in there and we'll get one of them. Anyway, we end up getting their first pick. So we're all excited, and they're like, yo, son, this is gonna write itself. And I'm like, bet. I could just you'll write it, and I'm gonna hunt locations, and we're gonna have this production meeting, and we'll be ready to shoot on Thursday. So 24 hours later, I don't have a script. And I'm losing my mind, and my writer says, I'm tired, man, I gotta go to sleep, I can't finish this. Anyway, so we managed to come up with a script. Luckily for me, I'm a fan of long shots. Was it Sanctuary? I feel you. I like long shots. I love to give my actors a chance to breathe so they have room to do their work and really bring that art to the scene, because this is a collaboration, and I want to give them room to be seen. I'm not a fan of these heavy cuts. And anyway, so that lends itself for this type of thing. If you choreograph it properly, you know what I mean? You don't have to kill yourself in the editing room. You can come back, and if you know where your story's going, it just makes the process a little simpler. So that helped a lot, right? And I'm also a really big fan of telling stories with no words. I'm a minimalist. Whether I'm acting on the stage or I'm directing, I want you to see this story. I really believe that if you watch 13, even if I take away the words, you'll still get the same story. And that's always my plan, in case I go international. You feel me?
Well, let's and I think all of you guys are going to go international, right? Right, Jury? Yeah. So you touched on editing a little bit.
Yep.
And that was something that was really, really interesting in each one of the films, particularly, and the entire festival, but particularly in this group. There's a lot of different choices that get made, whether it's, you had very, very quick, almost like subliminal cuts in your film. The editing in 13, it was an interesting process, but it was seamless in terms of the entries and exits of the characters in different rooms, and what you did with the closet, holding the suspense, and a lot of the different scenes in Endgame. There's a lot of really, really amazing moments in all the films. The donkey and the donkey, and when you see it's a knife, there's a lot. So maybe you guys can talk a little bit about the process that you guys go through in the editing room, and again, because it's such a crazy festival in terms of time limits, of how you can continue to be creative in that. Quick answers.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, really quick, the long shots help a lot. The choreographs, I don't have to go in there. And I'm a fan of, if I'm gonna use a POV, it's to specify something, so that I show the importance of that object. I think these days POVs are overused. So I just use it when I want to amplify something or give you some information that I think is important, and then I pull back and I let my actors do the rest. I cut off of them, and I like for it to move organically and truthfully. I'm not a big fan of these jump cuts that take you 5 days into the story later.
Editing. So I planned on shooting on Saturday, and then we ended up shooting on Sunday. And in my brain, for some reason, that didn't mean the second changed to the third. That just meant that Saturday changed into Sunday. It doesn't, or it does. Anyway, so I lost a day, dude. I lost a day, and I'm not an editor. My editing team was not prepared to edit with 20 hours. You sent me, I was returning equipment. I wrapped. And then I'm returning equipment to all the people in Share Grid and people I know, blah, blah, blah. And then you sent me an email, 20 hours left. I'm like, he means 40. 44 is what he meant. Let me call him on that. And you didn't. You had 20 hours left. Yeah. So I returned the equipment, and then I drove to Covina, which That's, my friend had a nice computer there that I can edit. I'm not an editor. I'm actually really proud of what we shot in this film, and I butchered it terribly with editing because I'm not an editor. But we did what we had to do, which is the point of the festival.
Great, it has a feel to it. It's a
Thank you.
distinct, clear feel to it. It's artistic.
Well, I know we gotta make it quick, but all right, so I had Kilpatrick, the actor, send me these little videos where the character, he was supposed to explain how he thought every scene went. So he had a terribly fucked up scene, and then in his mind, it's like, oh, today we played patty cake, it went fantastic. But he sent me those in a cell phone, and I'm just not an editor, so I didn't even know how to make it bigger.
Wow.
It was so I had to X that out. Editing.
I do all my own editing, and I storyboard everything. So as soon as I got done writing it, I started storyboarding it. I knew where we were shooting, so I mean they're little rudimentary stick figures basically, but they get the point across, and I can show the DP, and then I can see it in my head beforehand, so we're not wasting time shooting shots that I'm not going to need. So so I can kind of see the film on paper, and then and it cuts together how I saw it. And if I saw it good up here, it's gonna hopefully do its job on film.
Well, if it isn't obvious from the trailer, I have a background in editing. And I've always kind of just like had a slight knack for it, but and that kind of usually that helped me with my cinematography, or my directing the shots, because I shoot for the edit. I know what's possible. I know that, even though I'm gonna hold in a oneer, which again, I did a couple oneers, like one or two oneers in the film, I made sure at least I got coverage. And as you were saying, POVs, like I used them mainly for suspense, and I just didn't use them all over the place. But like when it comes to editing, I just, it's always just by mood. I just feel it out. I think I get a better tone in there. And then I feel what I like and everything, and then of course I show it to my producers and whoever my heads are or who I'm collaborating with, and we just talk it out. We sometimes cut things that I love, sometimes add things that I never saw there, because even I can make a mistake. And as an editor, I'm just saying, as an editor, even I can
boy! Yeah!
make a mistake. Everyone can make a mistake.
Yes.
Because even though as great as the cinematography is, as great as the writing is, as great as the acting is, one frame can be out of whack, and then you can just mess everything up. Like, you just, it happens.
Yeah. Well, they did amazing work, didn't they? Yeah.